This is the 700C smart electric bike from SAMEBIKE. It features intelligent design, lightweight yet durable frame, large road tires, integrated powerful battery, and a high-performing motor. What is going on, electric bike family? Today we have the SAMEBIKE 700C Special Series. This is the XYP10 model that they're calling it. And if you're aware of the company SAMEBIKE, they make a lot of electric bikes. There are so many thousands of electric bikes in the market from this company. They make anywhere from entry-level electric bikes all the way to very high-end fat tire electric bike. And this is their newest addition to the electric bike lineup. This one looks more of a traditional mountain bike, road bike type of a bike, but it does have a very high capacity battery, pretty powerful motor. It offers a lot of spec that we'll go over in this video, but this bike is not released yet. This is still in the pre-release state, but I do have a link in the description down below where you can place a reservation for this electric bike if you want to check it out after my review here. Thank you so much for tuning in on today's video. Let's get started with this review. The battery comes separately on a different packaging than the bike itself. The bike comes very securely packaged with lots of foam and insulation. Once you make your way through all the packaging supplies, which by the way will take you a while, we need to install a few components. I like installing the front wheel first so the bike can stand on the kickstand. The front is a quick release wheel, so you just have to insert it into the fork and you can just use the quick release bracket to secure it. Just make sure that the disc brake rotor aligns with the brake pads. Go ahead and secure the handlebars. The headlight is secured with the front fender using the Allen screw. Make sure the headlight is fully secured. Follow the same steps for the rear fender. The pedals are clearly marked left and right, and you just have to tighten them using the tools that came with the kit. Finally, install the battery and you're ready to go. I really like that the frame is discreet and doesn't look like a typical e-bike, but rather looks like a typical mountain bike. The battery is well integrated within the frame and it is just a very minimalistic frame design. The tires are very slim yet capable and overall just feels like a normal bike. The frame itself is made out of 6061 aviation grade aluminum, so it is extremely durable but amazingly lightweight. The entire bike just weighs 45 pounds, making it one of the lightest e-bike we have reviewed in our channel. This weight is actually very comparable to smaller e-bikes like the Jetson Bolt Pro we have reviewed. The lighter weight doesn't mean it cannot take heavier cargo though. This bike is rated for 330 pounds of max load. The bike has an IP54 water rating, so it can take splashes from all directions, but I would highly recommend avoid riding e-bikes in the rain at all possible. Powering this electric bike is a 350 watt brushless hub motor in the back. This motor peaks at around 560 watt. It has a 35 Newton meter of torque. This is a pretty typical motor spec for electric bikes in these days. You don't get an instant torque with the motor, but does get going after a few seconds. SAMEBIKE claims you can go 14-degree hill with this bike, but that really depends on rider's weight and other terrain factors. After about 8 degrees, the bike slowed down significantly for me with just the throttle mode, but the pedal assist did allow me to climb 10-degree hill with an ease. Powering that motor is a detachable 36-volt 10-amp-hour battery. This is a 375 watt-hour battery with maximum current of 15 amp. It takes about 4 to 6 hours to fully charge the battery. The battery does have a over-discharge, high temperature, overcurrent, short circuit, and other embedded battery management protocol. You can get about 35 miles per charge if you use the pedal assist mode, but just about 20 miles with full throttle. The range really depends on the rider's weight, temperature, climbing angle, and more. This is pretty average range for e-bikes on this class. This electric bike offers 5 different pedal assist modes. The default is always 0 when you first turn on the bike, and you have to manually increase the level. 0 is full human mode, no motor support, and 5 is the highest motor support. This pedal assist level also determines the throttle power. If you want the max throttle power, you have to set the pedal assist level to 5. You can take advantage of the 7-speed Shimano system to help you propel and conserve the battery. This bike is pretty easy to propel even without the motor support, and the Shimano 7-speed system really helps with that process. The gearing system doesn't lag, and you can easily go from 1 to 7 gear at any time. This electric bike uses regular disc brakes on the front and rear. We typically see rim brakes on these road bikes, so this is definitely an upgrade, but pretty common feature on modern electric bikes. The brakes work really well and help you come to a complete stop even from higher speeds. The SAMEBIKE 700C comes with a 27.5 inches by about 2 inches tires. These tires look very skinny, a typical mountain bike feature, but are made from high quality rubber. It has excellent treads, giving you good grip on the regular roads. Even though not rated for off-road, you can easily go between paved and grass surfaces and some dirt surfaces. Keeping you safe at night is the front integrated headlight and reflectors in the back and the wheel. The front headlight is very well projected, and you can clearly see the front at night. Honestly, this is one of the brightest headlights I have seen in a while. The seat has a very comfortable saddle and helps you comfortably ride for a long time. Let's look at the cockpit of this electric bike. Here on the right side, we have this very comfortable rubber handlebar grip. As you can see, it has this pattern right here. And then the palm support makes it really easy, really ergonomic to even hold it and ride it for a long period of time. So really good job on that. This bolt here is very flushed, which is a common issue we find on an electric bike where the bolt is not flush, then it hurts your palm. But not with this electric bike. This is very comfortable even for a long riding commute. You can easily rest your palm here. Then we got our brake lever for the disc brake. Here is our throttle. This is a thumb throttle towards the right, and this is very conveniently located. And I really like thumb throttles over the twist throttle that we see on electric bike these days, because with the thumb throttle, I can just use the throttle, I can use the brake, and then I can just reach over here and use the shifter at the same time using this hand right here. Then we have this 7-speed Shimano shifter, and if you have seen with other reviews with the electric bike here on this channel, this is a very common Shimano system, and it is very common because it works really well. We have never had any issues with this type of a Shimano shifter. I know that the newer bikes are now coming with the dial one, where there is the shifter here and then you use the 2 levers to control. Very modern looking, but there's nothing wrong with this type of a system. This is very operable. We have seen it with so many other electric bikes in the past, so very good system here. We also have this very well integrated phone mount here. So this is already included with the bike. You can adjust the angle of this phone mount. You can bring this phone mount closer here, but you can put a smaller size phone like this one. This is an iPhone 8, so you can just leave it like this, or you can also put a larger size phone, right? This is an iPhone 13 Pro Max, and this phone mount still fits this iPhone. So even a big iPhone like this, it fits right here. So this is really nice that I can just use this mount while riding my bike and get all the data. In addition, there is a USB port right here where you can plug in and charge your phone while riding. So that is a very unique feature. So towards the left here, we have this main screen, and to turn the power on, right here, there is a power button. So you just press and hold, and then the power turns on. We'll talk about this screen here in just a second, but moving towards the further left, we have this very comfortable handlebar grip, our brake lever, and then here is an electronic belt. So this is pretty unique because typically we see a mechanical belt that is right here where you have to use your index finger to control that, but this one is very easy to use because I can just easily reach using my thumb right here. So I really like that. And then with this display, there's the plus and minus right here. And what it does is it changes the pedal assist level. So if we hit plus, that is mode 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it goes to 5 different modes. Right here, it can see the battery level. So this is a battery indicator, which shows that the battery is pretty full right now. This is the current speed. And if you want to change the settings, so for example, if your bike came with km/h speed and you want to change it to miles per hour, all you have to do is press and hold on this plus and minus button, and then what you enter is the P settings. And refer to the booklet that came with your kit, and I'm going to try to put this in the description below what each of this means, but you can change various settings, up to 5 different settings here with the P settings. And then to get out of that, either just leave it there for a few seconds and then it will come back to the main display, or you can just press and hold on the plus and minus again, and then you get back to the main display. Towards the bottom right here, there is your headlight. So if you press this one, the headlight turns on. You just have to press and hold on it. Overall, a very ergonomic shaped handlebar, very wide handlebar, so that it is easy to control this electric bike. And you know, the cockpit looks pretty clean. Very standard type of a cockpit that we see on a typical mountain bike, road bike these days. The current pricing as communicated to me is $15.99 for one bike and $19.38 for one bike and 2 batteries. That seems pretty average for the bike in this class, but perhaps a tad bit higher given that it only has a 36 volt battery instead of a 48 volt battery and a 350 watt motor instead of like a 500 watt motor on the typical class for this e-bike. For a limited time, their link shows you can get this bike for under $1,000 if you put a reservation. All right, here's my verdict after thoroughly testing this electric bike. I really like the design choice. It's a very well integrated design. The frame is very seamless. It's a very minimalist design. The battery doesn't stick out from anywhere. At the same time, you are easily able to remove the battery and it just looks like it's a part of the frame. It adds that flexibility that you can just take the battery inside of your house, you can charge it and just bring the battery outside and go on a ride. So I really like that design choice. It has a very ergonomic shape design. This one looks more like a regular mountain bike or a road bike. It doesn't look like an e-bike on a first glance, but at the same time, you're able to customize it and make it stand out from other electric bikes by choosing a different color. I really like this blue, this bright blue, and the pamphlet that they sent me, it has a lot of other color options. So I got really excited that for the first time, there is a company that allows me to customize the color, because most of the time, whenever these companies reach out to me for a review of the electric bike, they just offer me the black choice or they have the white color. There's not a lot of color options out there. So I got really excited that they had other colors. So I picked this bright blue, and you're able to choose, multiple different color options with this electric bike. I also like that they included this phone mount with the bike. That is not very common, and this allows me to just mount my phone, even bigger size phone. Maybe it's a small thing, but I really like the heavy duty kickstand. And you might wonder like, well, that should be a common thing with all electric bikes, but so many electric bike and scooter that we have reviewed in our channel, they come with a very flimsy kickstand, and you just put the kickstand and the bike tips over. Even in my garage where I was storing these bikes, they just tip over, then they create a domino effect where they tip over other electric bikes. So I'm tired of that, and this electric bike just has a very heavy duty kickstand and it just stays. So I appreciate SAMEBIKE for including that heavy duty kickstand with this electric bike. Everything is really great with this electric bike. Definitely on one of the top lists for a regular size electric bike. This is nothing fancy, it doesn't go off-roading, but at the same time, it's a great commuting electric bike. A couple of shortcomings for this electric bike. First of all, I wish this handlebar height was adjustable. This doesn't include the adjustability here where, I have seen other electric bikes in the past which has that tipping handlebar going this way where you can loosen some screw and then you're able to twist it so that it kind of becomes up. Right now, for taller people, you're going to have to bend it quite a bit to reach there. For me, I'm 5'9", and this is perfectly fine for me, but if you're taller, maybe like towards the 6-foot range, you might have to bend a little bit more than normal to reach this electric bike's handlebar. I also wish they included an integrated tail light with this electric bike. This is pretty common on electric bike of this class where they don't include an integrated tail light. They only have the headlight, and then you have to just either purchase a tail light separately or just rely on the reflectors. Don't get me wrong, there are enough reflectors in this bike at night, and with the bright headlight, you are safe. At the same time, I would have loved to have an integrated tail light that blinks when I'm braking. So that's one of the missing features I recognize with this electric bike. This bike uses some plastic parts, and they are very noticeable. First of all, the fenders. I can easily notice that they are plastic. The chainring guard also has a plastic part. So some of those things, I get it, right? Like they're trying to make this electric bike very lightweight, but at the same time, I would have liked to have a metallic fenders and more of a metal parts in here. And finally, this electric bike, as I said in the beginning, is a pre-release electric bike. So the only way you can purchase this today or put a reservation for is going through the Indiegogo link. And Indiegogo is a really weird place. There's some really great outcomings from it. We have definitely backed a lot of products in the past that came out great, and we ended up snagging a really good deal at the end. But at the same time, we also hear about sudden, fall down of some of the parts that they come out in Indiegogo. Having said that, just keep in mind that SAMEBIKE is a really reliable company. It's a big company. They make, so many electric bikes. They have a great following base. So I wouldn't think that SAMEBIKE would, fall out. This bike would fall out from Indiegogo's crowdsourcing platform. But just keep that in mind. I want to make it very clear that you can't just purchase this electric bike outright. You can sign up for it. You can place your reservation through there, but it's still a Kickstarter campaign at the moment. That will wrap up today's review. If you found this video helpful, please make sure that you're subscribed to the channel. Give this video a thumbs up. Let me know your thoughts about this electric bike or any other product that SAMEBIKE is selling on their website, or any other products we have reviewed in this channel. Please let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. I'll be monitoring that comment section. I'll try my best to answer as many questions, as many comments as possible. I really appreciate your continued support to the channel, and please stay tuned for other reviews like this in the near future. Thank you so much.